Welcome in, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
This is Out of Order. My name is Ben Mayer.
My name is Anthony Buono.
And today's episode is going to be about the new FTC rule to ban non-compete agreements.
This is so exciting.
This is huge. This is why we always talking about the Biden administration being a real difference maker as far as the economy and helping the labor movement.
The president is not just the president, it's his appointments. And his appointments are popping off this week.
Totally. So the rule applies to anyone who works for a for-profit employer, whether paid or unpaid, and to independent contractors. Specifically, this rule prohibits employers from entering into new non-competes with any employee, including senior executives, or representing to any employee that the employee is subject to a non-compete.
Wow.
Employers must notify all other current and former workers that any existing non-competes are no longer enforceable before the rule goes into effect. So as of now, if you had a non-compete or if you were about to get one, no longer.
Crazy.
This is a huge deal. I mean, even just when you think of what a non-compete is, it's warping the market, right? The freedom of movement for labor, it's being inhibited. And so what you would instantly think is the consequence of getting rid of non-competes is boosting wages, boosting worker rights, and that's exactly what we want to see.
It really locks people in to the company that they're currently in, especially in the tech industry. We'll go into how it doesn't just affect the tech industry too.
Yeah.
But like even workers in the tech industry feel this hardcore.
Yeah.
It makes them locked into one company, and it makes it hard for them to go on interviews while working. Because first of all, you can't really talk about what the project you're working on at all. And then you're also barred from entering or working for the competitor of your current employer.
Yeah.
And so that just totally, like you said, it distorts the market. It gives less bargaining power to labor over capital.
Yeah. I'm with the tech industry, especially when you think about it being dominated by like Meta, Google, Amazon, by a few big players, especially who are at the cutting edge. Now, I'll say that those aren't the workers who I'm really feeling for the most.
They're making like $150,
hundreds of thousands of dollars anyways. But also 12% of workers, was crazy to me, who make under $20,000 are covered by a non-compete.
That's unreal.
Isn't that unreal? So the thinking here is lower paid workers there's going to be more turnover with them usually. And so it's a way for the company to make sure that it's not going to lose those workers so easily. And yet, to me, there should be more turnover, right? Those are the workers where their labor should be bid on more, and they should be rewarded for, like, if companies need people to do those jobs, it doesn't matter if they're lower skilled jobs, you still need people to do them.
Yep.
Right? So pay them to do the jobs.
Absolutely.
I looked at a literature review on this, and data on non-compete is fairly sparse. There are a few data sources, a few big surveys that have been taken, but it's not a super common thing. But all of the data does say that non-competes almost certainly do reduce worker mobility. They do push wages down because they reduce worker mobility. And the one other thing that's considered a pro of non-competes is that it allows companies to invest in workers with training and shared info without being very concerned about losing that investment. So like up front, the company wants to help you gain new skills, wants to give you information about their operations. And if you quit in 2 or 3 months and you go take that information to one of their competitors, they lose that investment. But the studies that have been done cast a lot of doubt on that actually being a problem.
Okay.
They don't seem to indicate that companies actually do hold back. And there's an idea that that even if workers with non-competes do get more training, it might be offset by workers who feel less incentive to train themselves when that happens.
I see.
So even though it's not the most robust literature that we have on this, everything points to getting rid of non-competes being good for the workers.
Yeah, I mean, well, I want to, like, the main focus here needs to be on that phrase distortion of the market. Because if we want a good, healthy, free market system, right, you need free movement of capital and you need free movement of labor. Yes. If either one of those aren't working or not happening, then you don't truly have a free market system.
Yes.
And so this has been an area where even pro-labor, well, I'm sorry, pro-capital people have been pushing this down and have been pushing against this ruling.
Totally.
So the U.S. Chamber of Commerce came out, and they're going to be suing the FTC.
Yes.
The U.S. Chamber of Commerce will be suing the FTC because they're suggesting that the FTC does not have the authority to make this ruling and that they need new legislation to make this change. This is a whole intense legal battle and difference in philosophy that's been going on for 100 years in America now, between who has the authority to make these calls, the administrative state and the bureaucracy, versus do we need legislation for each individual rule change? We'll see where this comes down to. I pray that the administrative state survives this.
Yeah.
And that the FTC is gifted this authority.
Me too.
You know?
Me too.
It's important.
I mean, without the FTC, it would be hard to imagine. I mean, I don't know, maybe with this more populist wave that we have right now, maybe legislation could actually come out in favor of it. But it would be hard.
It would be hard. I don't trust leaving these types of things up to the partisan whims.
Yeah.
I would like it to be like, okay, we all agree that the government has to have a hand in federal trade.
Yes.
And ensuring economy, right? Keeping an open economy. Let the bureaucracy handle the rules that need to be applied to make that thing true.
Yes.
If there's a problem, then we can do a statute that overturns that. But until then, let the bureaucracy do its thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the last thing I want to point out is if you think about yourself as a free market Republican,
Yeah, exactly.
you should be in support of this ruling.
This is a libertarian ruling more than anything.
Yes, this is preventing companies from basically enacting more monopolistic practices that reduce the freedom of movement in the market. You should want more freedom of movement in the market. It doesn't matter that a Democratic administration has enacted the rule.
Exactly. And I want to ask one more thing. I want to give credit to the FTC leader. I don't remember her name. Lena Khan. She has been fantastic. She's been going through. She's been having a lot of trouble hitting a lot of speed bumps.
Yeah.
But she had a big win here, and I'm really glad this passed. Thank you for watching this episode of Out of Order.
Crazy that you made it to the end.
If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe on YouTube and check us out on Patreon.
Yep, link is in the description of our YouTube channel, and we're super poor, so we could use any support you can give.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.